Okay, so language. So I think one of the issues is that the scientists at the moment, the way they conceive of autism is that it's like a deviation from a normal brain. You have a normal brain, one or two things have gone wrong or are different, and that's how we're going to explain autism. I think what they don't understand, because they're neurotypicals, is that we're working like on a whole different operating system. We're profoundly different from the bottom up. One of the respects in which I think you can illustrate this is with language. I remember becoming really upset in a university tutorial when they were talking about Noam Chomsky's ideas about how there is a kind of internal grammar in our brains, and that dictates our cognition, and that it underpins all languages. And I knew from my experience of being myself that that's, for me, that is profoundly wrong. Language is one of the most difficult things in life, is dealing with language. It's absolutely anathema to me. I know that Temple Grandin talks about thinking in pictures rather than language. For me, I would say it's one step further. It's much more abstract than even pictures. It's just sort of dense, complex, stranded blobs that I can just kind of apprehend in quite a direct way, despite the complexity in my head. And having to put that into language, into what is, I call it the sausage machine of language, what's fundamentally a serial format from something that is inherently very parallel and very complex, is most of the time it's just too difficult. The way I kind of describe it is like someone's presented me some information that's kind of clearly expressed in a graph, which is a kind of appropriate medium for that information. And then they've said, now communicate this information through the medium of dance. And I'm just thinking, it's like a fundamentally inappropriate medium for the information. That's what language is like for me. And I feel that I'm on a sort of strange cusp, because in one sense I'm super articulate and able to kind of communicate this, and actually at the same time I'm a hair's breadth away from being one of those autistic people that has no language. I have days when I just can't do it. I just can't cope with the mental energy of trying to put any thoughts into language at all. Yeah. Yeah, that's what I have to say about language and autism.